Testing 1, 2. Let me know if you can hear me okay. It looks like you can. Also let me know when I play the tracks if the audio is like repeating. If it's got like a sort of slapback delay sound. Because I was having that issue on my previous stream. Hopefully not, because I'm not actually monitoring what's coming through on the stream. So anyway. Yeah, hi. Hello Pole Vault, hello Cheese MT. Cool name. You know, I always hated cheese. As a kid and a teenager, I just couldn't stand it. I thought it was like one of the most disgusting things you could think of. Like taking milk, which is already kind of gross, and then kind of letting it solidify into it. Anyway, now I quite like cheese, so... Anyway, tangent. So, today, I thought it'd be funny to show you some of my very old music. Now, the earliest recording I have is 2005. I'm not going to start with that one. What I'm going to start with is a band I was in, I think starting around 2005 until 2008 or so, and we were called The Kick, which I didn't come up with. The singer slash songwriter slash guitarist slash bassist, she was very instrumentalist. She's called Hannah, so when I refer to Hannah, I'm talking about the singer. What was I saying? She came up with the name The Kick, which I think is a cool name, you know? It's sort of gig friendly. It's not too sort of controversial or whatever, because I was in another band afterwards and we called ourselves initially Know Your Mushrooms. And it was because of this t-shirt I had. I really hope you can hear me. I think you can hear me. Alright, good. I had this t-shirt and it was it had Know Your Mushrooms written on the top, and then it had a bunch of like Super Mario mushrooms, so like the 1-up and the one that, you know, the regular red and white one that makes you larger, and there was the poison mushroom, and then there was a couple others. I can't remember. I'm not like a big Mario player, but yeah, we called ourselves Know Your Mushrooms, and then we got a gig at the college because we had just joined college. And the college staff were like, "You've got to change your name just for this gig." I mean, fair enough, right? So I think we changed our name to Overtone, which the bass player came up with. Anyway, so the band I'm going to show you now, we were called The Kick, and it was me, Hannah on vocals, as I described, and then a guy called Tom on drums. And the drums on these recordings were just this very basic electric kit, because we got this studio recording time in a youth club, because we were like I think we would have been 15. Yeah, we would have been like 15 to 16 years old. So yeah, we got this recording time, and that's all they had in the basement was an electric kit. Anyway, so I'm gonna play the first one. This first one's called JD, and I wrote all the guitar and the chords. Hannah wrote the vocals, and she said she was inspired by Scrubs, because this is like mid to late noughties, so Scrubs was always on TV, you know. And the characters, you know, JD. So let's go. And I'll be like pausing to make comments because it's pretty, you know. Let's go. I'm going to talk about the drums at the end, don't worry. Okay, that was JD. I'm not sure. Oh, whoops. Sorry. So yeah, JD. I think this was like one of my favorites that we wrote. I just thought the melodies were really cool, and like it was just so basic and like fun to play, and it used the Alex Lifeson chord, which is when you take like an F sharp major chord, like a bar, but then you open it up on the B and E string and you get like a F sharp 7 add 11, I think. I hadn't heard of Rush at this point, so I sort of just stumbled across it. I mean, it's not that hard to do, but anyway, yeah, so listening back now, I can hear there's a kind of incongruence between the drums and everything else, because like knowing what I know now, I can hear that the Tom, the drummer, is playing swung. He's swinging the drums, but I'm playing straight and Hannah's singing straight. So they're all just slightly I don't know why. I mean, I can't believe we didn't notice, but I guess we didn't really know music theory, or I don't know if Tom knew he was doing that. Let's listen back. See? On guitar.
Oh, JD, why can't you see that you are?
I'll be honest, I love his little drum fills. That they're really like he's really like, they're like really free. He's not really like sticking to a grid, where he kind of goes like ba ba da 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 dum. Like, I love all that stuff, but I don't know if it fits the track. There was one really nice fill, actually. Let's see if we can find it. It was around here. I think it was here. Oh, that is like the best drum fill I've ever heard.
In the rain, when will I see you again?
Like, that's incredible. I don't know how he did that. I think it was just on the fly, you know. Because I'm trying to remember how we recorded it. I think we did guitar and drums together to get the structure, you know. So the guitar and drums were played, the backing guitar, I mean, like the chords, and the drums were played all in one long take. And then we recorded over the vocals, and then I think I did some bass, and then the lead guitar parts, and the little guitar noises that you can hear throughout. Excuse me. I don't think anyone's here. It's okay. That's fine. I'm just going to keep going. You can watch this later. I think I talked about this in my 5 most influential guitarists video. Just making sure we do have audio. Yeah, cool. Because I was like quite proud of the solo I wrote, which was like a kind of Eric Johnson inspired. You can also hear the general guitar tone is very muddy. Let's just hear the intro. So let me think. For this, I was using my Fender Frontman, the big 100-watt, which I use in my Eric Johnson clean tone, and the AXL Tube Overdrive, which I always talk shit about. But I think in this, it's okay, this recording. Of course, I have the tone like way down, so it's kind of muddy. Not good for this, but I didn't know anything. I just wanted to sound like Eric Johnson. What else is there to say? I think that's it, really. Yeah, I still think that's probably my favorite song that we made. Next one. This is another song by The Kick. I'm going to do 3 The Kick songs and then move on to other things. This one's called 30, and Hannah wrote this in its entirety. So she wrote all the chords and all the lyrics and the structure and everything. And I think you can really hear the difference between my style and her style, because her style was a lot more like, it was just better. Like, she she had a better grasp of songwriting than me, even though I had these like crazy guitar gymnastics, you know, I could go at warp speed, but I didn't know how to structure a song. She really did, and she knew how to put really nice chords together. Hey James, Western Flyer is a great song. Yeah, it is. But I'm just, I think you missed the first one. I've been going through my old music. I've only done one track so far, so if you want after the stream, you can go back and listen to the first track. But we're moving on to another one, and this is called 30, and I was just saying that this was written by Hannah, who is the singer, guitarist, songwriter of the band. So I'm gonna hit play now. You're gonna hear it. So all the acoustic guitar is Hannah, and then all the electric parts are me. I was trying to do that like Kyoto technique.
As I walked upstairs last night, I found myself quite scared. I knew where I was going, but was somehow unprepared. In 30 years, where will I be? At the table with our family, talking about where I've been, what I have seen, what I've done, and who I've become.
I forgot that was Tom. That was Hannah singing, and then Tom comes in. I hate to be mean because I can't sing for shit, but he really wanted to do some like harmony vocals like underneath because he had a very deep voice. So he wanted to like do like an octave lower or something. But he just doesn't hit the notes at all. It just sounds really funny. James says, is this hot chick that sang on the... No, this... No, she's called Spring, and I only met her like 5 years ago. This recording is from like 2007. when we were teenagers. The singer's called Hannah. But yeah, as I was saying, Tom wanted to do the harmony parts, but we'd never practiced it. It was just an on-the-spot thing. We were recording it, and then Tom was like, yeah, could I do like a harmony part underneath? And then me and Hannah were sort of looked at each other like, okay. And then he recorded it, and we both knew that it sounded awful, but we were too nice to say anything, so we just left it in.
What I've done and who I've become.
Oh, Tom. I think Tom's swinging the drums again.
I don't want to look back on life with regret.
The lyrics are really good. I really love these lyrics. And for someone who's like 15 years old to be writing lyrics about when they're like 45 and what's their life gonna look like very mature.
There are already things I would rather forget. I don't want to lose myself.
Some of my chords don't sit well. They're too like muddy, but anyway.
But I'd quite like to find something for my own, perhaps a peace of mind. In 30 years, where will I be? At the table with our family, talking about where I've been, what I have seen, what
comes.
I've done, who I've become.
It's nearly in tune. It's nearly. It starts off strong, but then it just goes somewhere very strange. I like that guitar bit.
I found myself quite scared. I knew where I was going, but was somehow unprepared. In 30 years, where will I be? At a table with our family, talking about where I've been, what I have seen, what I've done, and who I've become.
I think that last one was okay. So that's just called 30. That ending bit was me, and I was using my Boss PH3 phaser, which now doesn't work. I love that thing. And as I said earlier, I think you would have missed it, but at this recording, I was using my Fender Frontman and my AXL Tube Overdrive for the overdrive, and some delay from my DD3, and then the PH3. In terms of guitars, I think I was using... It's a guitar I no longer have. It was a Crafter guitar with a Floyd Rose tremolo. I sold it a long time ago. Anyway, you know what? There's one more, but it's not that interesting, so I'm going to go to something else now. Okay, I'm going to go back a couple years to 2005 and play you a school recording. Now I need to make sure the audio actually picks up. Desktop audio. I'm on SoundCloud. Where is it? Oh wait, God, I never use SoundCloud. I used to, but I think it's more of like electronic music. It's more popular. People living in bins. Okay. Let's do that. James says, did you check out the NUX Academy Stomp? Yeah, but I just don't need anything like that. It's very cool. Like, I've got my Laney thing, and I've got loads of pedals. Like, it's fine. But it's a very cool little device. You know, very portable. Sounds good. Yep. When did I upload it? Jeez. Ah, here we go. I've even put the date on it. So, I'll give you a little bit of backstory, and then I'll play it. This is obviously 2005. It would have been at school. I would have been 14 years old. It's a cover of a cover. So Def Letter was written by Son House, who was a old blues guy, you know, like American Delta blues guy who plays slide guitar. And then the White Stripes. James says, no, you need a digital device. Do I? I don't know why I do. What for? Anyway, so yeah, the White Stripes did a cover on one of their records, and then they do a live version of it, which is like crazy and it's massive. And so I wanted to play that at school, so I got some of my like classmates together, and we came up with our arrangement of it. And it was I'm trying to remember their names. Rosie on drums, she did a great job, and then there were two vocalists, Becky and Lauren. Yes, and they did this like back and forth thing, and it was really good. They were really good. I was probably the weakest link, because I was so nervous, because we had the whole class like watching us record it, and it was all being recorded live in one take. I was like really like shaking. I was really nervous, and what I used to do is that I play way too fast, and you'll hear it that this is way too fast, and it's so bad, but you've got to go easy on yourself, because I've been playing guitar for like 2 years, maybe not even 2 years at this point. Anyway, let's go. One more thing. The guitar I was using was a electroacoustic, and it was going into a Digitech Whammy and my AXL Tube Overdrive and into one of the school's terrible little Marshall amps. Let's go. kind of quiet. Well, that vibrato is probably just me being, like, nervous. Oh, we flopped that bit.
I got a letter this morning, what do ya reckon it read? It said the gal you love is dead. I got a letter this morning, oh what do you reckon it read? Said, hurry, hooray, because the gal you love is dead. Packed up my suitcase,
That's Lauren.
took off down the road. When I got there, she was laying on the cooling board. Packed up my suitcase and took off down the road. When I got there, she was laying on the cooling board. It looked like 10,000 people running around the burial ground. I didn't know what love to began to let her down. It looked like 10,000 standing around the burial ground. Well, I didn't know what loved her, so it began to let her down.
What am I doing?
So hard to love someone that don't love you. Won't get no satisfaction, don't care what you do. So hard to love, well, someone that don't love you. Don't look like satisfaction, I don't care what you do.
Here we fucking go. We're going nuts. So yeah, that was Death Letter. James says, White Stripes weirdness with a touch of Primus meets surf music. Well, yeah, sure. I mean, I consider it a White Stripes cover of a old blues song by Son House. There you go. Now, things are going to start getting ugly because what's coming up next is music I composed and wrote myself. And it is so bad. And you are hopefully going to find this funny and not too offensive for your ear holes. So we go forward slightly to, let's see, 2013. That's when it was released, but I composed it over like 3 years. Or maybe like 1 to 2 years. I'm actually dreading listening to this because it's like really difficult for me to listen to. I can't What's going on with that? There we go. This, if you can believe it, this is what I submitted for my university project, which was a composition project, I guess, because I studied music. It was technically music technology, but for the final year project, you can basically do whatever you want as long as it relates to the course, which this did. So, first track, Zara. The names I came up with, oh god. The first track is called Zara Warrior Pharmacist. Let's go. I mean, what is there to say, really? The guitar tone is so weird. It's like really scooped. Like, I can't remember how I would have set the EQ. This would have been my Ibanez Tube King, my Strat, my Ibanez Tube King, and then it was Lawrence's amp. Lawrence is my youngest sibling, which was a Marshall Vintage Modern. I think it was like 100-watt combo or something. But yeah, it's just like it sounds like the EQ is like mega scooped. So it's like really bassy and really trebly and no mids. Ugh. And the kick is just like someone tapping on the table. Should we listen to the next one? Do you even want to? I'm not going to do all of these. I'm just going to pick out some. You know what? I'm going to... primary flange. Goose lifting. IA. Guess who I'm trying to sound learned about this thing called reduction that Matty Second learned from South Indian music, where you start with like a string of notes. So he starts with 8, just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you do 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. And I just made that into like a 2.5 minute song. Again, the guitar tone is so weird. I preferred that one to the first one I played. Let's check out Primary Flange, because I think it has some interesting parts in it. Play jazz, as you can hear. It's a little bit like Run Jazz on Back, but trash. Yeah, so that one's called Primary Flange. It was like just a bunch of sections that didn't fit together, and I just sort of smushed them together. Succubus Sophie. This is one I actually do really like. If you're wondering about the name, I dated someone at university called Sophie, and she like completely broke my heart, so I thought, fuck you, I'm gonna put you in my university project. Succubus Sophie, here we go. So I actually think I showed some sort of compositional competency there. I think I had a little help from Lawrence, my sibling. You know, like the big crazy noisy section. I think they helped me out a bit and contributed a bit to that. Lots of crazy time signature stuff in there. Guitar tone is horrible, as I keep saying. I don't think any of these are. Lemon entry. Oh my god. So, I don't know how I came across it. I think it was kind of an internet meme at the time. But there was this porno, like Sherlock Holmes and Watson porno, where the dialogue was really silly. And there was a bit where, let me just think. Oh, Sherlock Holmes has a lemon, and and he inserts it into Mr. Watson, and he says, "Lemon entry, my dear Watson." And I think it was me and Sophie who would always joke about that because it was so absurd. And I thought, oh, I'll put it in my university project. So I think there's just like one cool part of this I'm going to show you. So this one actually has real bass in it. The rest of these were programmed like synth bass. This is a real recorded bass that I played. I was so proud of that little complex bit. So what I was doing is I was doing like groups of 5 over like a quarter note beat. So it was like I was doing the first 3 notes of a group of 5. So I was going like 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Do that a few times, and then I would shift. I would do like metric modulation. So instead of every 4 notes, the beat moves to every 5 notes, so it sounds like it's slowing down. And then what I would do is, in that 5, I would go 1 2 3 as I was, and then the next 5 I would play 3 notes in the time of 5. Anyway, yeah, I was really pleased with that. Let's keep going. So Lawrence told me that those guitar stabs, like the guitar tone was like the best tone ever. I think, yes, it must have been my AMT Freak, my Matthias Eklund signature AMT Freak, whatever pedal with the 2 valves in it. The rest of this is trash. Pepper flaps. Pepper flaps. What the and this is Mandarin for the end. I don't really want to listen to it anymore. Like, you get it. Let's, what else do we have? So that was the name of the record. The album was called Organized Mess, and I think the album art's pretty cool. I didn't make that. Someone at university, a guy called Raphael something. Raphael Varanos. I think he was Greek. He made that for me. Very cool. I don't know what he's up to these days. And so that was 2013, and then 2016 I released Organized Mess 2. Again, trash. Just horrible. I'm not actually going to bother playing any of it. If you want to look me up on SoundCloud and listen for yourself, you can. I'm going to play something I made a few years ago, which I actually think is half decent. We're all pink on the inside. There you go. I think the production's a lot better. It needs more. It needs better EQ. It's a bit muddy, and it needs more compression. It's a little quiet, but other than that, like, I quite like it. Let's go. So this is a piece of music I do like. I think it needs a lot of work, and it needs a lot. But I made this. It says 5 years ago. I swear I made it longer. I've actually started working on a remake, but using all acoustic instruments. Let me show you what I've made so far. This will be very quiet because it's unmixed, unmastered, everything. I'll skip this. I'm gonna delete this. Slowed it down, changed the key. Something in this gap. I don't know what yet. this. I deleted this. I don't know what this is. It's a bit cheesy. Yeah, so that kind of shows you from about 2005 up until now. Obviously, you're missing out a lot. If you really want to listen to my old stuff, you can find my SoundCloud and also check through my YouTube profile. So my name is just April Cox, and I've got a picture of a very happy looking llama. So yeah, check it out if you want, and thanks for watching.